You were not planning for things to be so different. You were planning to be with that same person for the rest of your life. And he said, no, I don't want to be here anymore, and dipped out on you. You were planning on being with that person, and they suddenly passed into heaven. That sucks. You've built your world around this one relationship. How in the world can I move forward from this thing? And you know what? It's so like the enemy to try to get us so discouraged that all we see is the change, the problem, and that's it. And so many of us, we've dealt with these challenges and in a way that's really toxic to our environment, in our lives. Because what you end up doing is you begin to build this wall of a false reality. And this false reality looks like, hey, I'm going to be right here. I don't really fully understand why God did this, but here I am, and woe is me. And so the sorrow begins to just ensue, and it just begins to surround you. And then all of a sudden you begin to identify with, this was the last time I was happy. This was the last time that I felt alive and felt like, I really had something on my life to pursue. That was the last time. And so all of these different things happen, and we build these walls just to try to guard our heart, I guess. I don't know what it is. But the thing is, when we build up those walls, we're actually letting God out. And so you've built this kind of comfy, cozy little place. It's me, and, you just continue to talk about the same thing, the same woes, the same thing that happened, the disaster, the attack, the frustration, the sudden loss, the divorce. And you begin to just, you make that, and you identify with that, and then it becomes who you are. And that's never our portion. Tragedy is never our portion. Okay, I lost a son. That's not my portion. Do you know how many times people have asked me to come and speak to women that can't have babies because of the loss that I suffered? And I'm like, I don't want to be a part of that club. How about that? No, I don't want to talk about the loss of my son. I don't want to talk about that. I want to move forward with my life because I understand it was the enemy. The enemy comes to steal. That's right. But God has come to give you He wants to give you life in abundance. You know what life in abundance isn't? Locking yourself in the house because you don't have any, I don't know what to do. And you're like that for the next 25 years of your life. It's just, Ricardo, he left me, He left me for that floozy. Jahaida's ugly, you know what I mean? And so you keep saying that story for like 25 years. And y'all have an aunt like that, yo. Hey, you do. You have that one family member that keeps gravitating back to the past where Uncle Ricardo done mess up. And then at what point are we gonna move forward? At what point? At what point are we gonna begin to move forward? Do you know one of the greatest difficulties when it comes to sorrow and grief is your inability to give it to God?